महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Ram Ram to all joining this session. We are at chapter 3 Karma Yoga of shrimadbhagwat, Geeta, verse 3.04. In previous chapter, Lord Krishna, that is the blessed God, has stated to Arjun that there are two types of yoga, that is Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga. At that time, these two types of yogas was practiced widely among many of the peoples. So, verse 3.04. न कर्मणाम् अनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. Now, न कर्मणाम् अनारम्भात्. न कर्मणाम् अनारम्भात्, that means if we abstain, anarambhat, if we do not do work, if we renunciate the work, so न कर्मणाम अनारंभात, कर्मों के संन्यास से, नैष्कर्म्यम पुरुषोष्णुते, फ्रीडम फ्रॉम कार्मिक रिएक्शन. नोबडी, न कर्मणाम अनारंभात, nobody gets freedom from karmic reaction simply by abstaining from work. न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. On the other hand, न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. And if a person moves into jungle, that simply leave this world and denies to interact with people, न च सन्न्यसनात् एव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. One who simply quits the work, न कर्मणाम अनारंभत, simply lay down, remain idle, this also does not gives us a lot. On other hand, if a person goes to jungle and manages his livelihood there but do not interact with people, then in jungle there are certain types of nitya karma, there are the daily routine job we have to do, so that type of actions also not fruitive. So, न कर्मणाम अनारंभात नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. Literal meaning of this is, a person does not attain freedom from action by abstaining from action, nor does he attain fulfillment merely through renunciation. At that time, lokesmin duvidha nishtha pura prokta maya anag. There were two types of the method of meditation in spiritualism. That is, one is Sankhya Yoga and other is Karma Yoga. Sankhya Yoga, that means one is simply leaving the society and goes to jungle. Other one is Karma Yoga, that is heavily engaged in karma, but do not take the help of intellect and wisdom, that what is the impact of karma, whether it leaves any traces or karmic reaction on us. So both type of nishtha or both types of meditations is now explained by Krishna, that how we practice Sankhya Yoga and how should we practice Karma Yoga. So this is beautifully explained in this verse. So here Lord Krishna is saying that simply na karmanam anarambhat, if simply somebody remains idle and does not do work, because in Sankhya Yoga, that is, soul is eternal, so why to do work? Such kind of intention or attitude was there in few sections of people. So they are saying, why to do work? When soul is eternal, what is the role of body? So Lord Krishna is saying, na karmanam anarambhat. If you abstain from work, you will not get freedom from karmic reaction. Na cha sannyasanadev. Otherwise you leave the world. leave this society and go to jungle or forest. So that person also not siddhim samadhigachati, cannot attain fulfillment or unification to Lord. That will be more clearly uh, explained in other verse ahead. The verse refers, this first line is known as the Karma Yogi, and the second line refers to Sankhya Yogi. In the first line, Sri Krishna says that mere abstinence from work does not result in a state of freedom of karmic reaction, because if we abstain ourselves from freedom of karmic reaction, then our mind continue to engage its fruitive thoughts, because earlier we have would have engaged in those works, and now abstaining from it cannot stop our mind to go away from it. So mind is always working, though we externally renounced work, but the renunciate mind is continue to engage in the fruitive actions of the work. And since metal work is a form of karma, it binds us in karmic reaction. The mental traces are more deeper than the external traces, that the actions done by our senses, our limbs. So what we do externally, it leaves less traces, but by mind, if you are thinking that I will do some harm to that people, it leaves more karmic reaction, because that has higher level of consciousness. So here Lord is saying, simply by leaving the world you cannot be free from karmic reactions. Because nirvichar nirvikal, you not do have not to think of anything of this world. So you cannot attain this nirvichar, that is thoughtlessness, simply by renunciating work, because there are many persons in jungle who keep on thinking about the material world and the attraction or the lure associated with it. So Lord Krishna says it has no meaning. Lot of people are going to jungle. At that time they were going to jungle. So Lord Krishna is referring this. So mind binds one in karmic reaction just as physical work does. A true karma yogi must learn to work without any attachment to fruits of action. So such type of person who are Sankhya yogi leave this, but the true karma yogi, what the true karma yogi have to do? Must learn how to work. Simply do not get indulge in a lot of work. हमें एक बैल की तरह ही काम नहीं करना है, बल्कि हमें ये देखना है कि हमारा विजडम, व्हेन वी डू वर्क, देन हाउ आवर wisdom should see what is the effect of that work. When our senses are working in full-fledged manner, then our wisdom is united with God, that we are doing this work for the God. So as these all works and the complete energy of body is bestowed to us by God only, so our intention should be that this work is not for any fruitive action, but this is a kind of allegiance at the feet of God. This is surrender at the feet of God. We should work for our unification with God. We should work for our progress in spiritual path. We should not work to mere attain some these ephemeral things. ये सांसारिक चीज़ें नश्वर हैं, हमें इनकी प्राप्ति के लिए कार्य नहीं करना है, बल्कि प्रगति के लिए कार्य करना है, अपने भगवान से एकीकार के लिए कार्य करना है. ऐसा हमारा नज़रिया होना चाहिए. A true karma yogi must learn to work without any attachment to fruits of action. This requires cultivation of knowledge in the intellect. Hence, philosophic knowledge is also necessary in karma yoga, because God has bestowed different levels of consciousness to us. Anything is not waste. Even body can be utilized for attainment of God. So our wisdom, our mind So we have, our mind should be towards God, our wisdom should see, our intellect should see what is the impact of work on us, whether it is taking towards the material thing or it is taking towards God. When we offer anything to our deity, then it takes us to God. When we demand anything, that I have done this work, so let us find something. So when you are offering something, you are surrendering something, that means now you have not to do with its fruition and your affection with God. When we offer anything, even when we offer anything to our lover, our fiancé, or someone who is very favorite to us, then it is the attachment from people to people, it increases, enhances. In the similar manner, the most lovelier to us a spiritual person is the God only. So we have to offer every bit of action to God. In this way, the closeness between us and God, that is the tuning between us, increases. So we have to live in this manner, not to persuade the material thing. So work and offer it to God. This is the karma yoga. In the second line, the second line says that nacha sanyasanat ev siddhim samadhigacchati. So here in this line, Sri Krishna declares that Sankhya Yogi attains the state of knowledge by merely renouncing the word nacha sanyasanat ev. If simply somebody is sanyasanat ev, सिर्फ संन्यास ले लेता है, तो भी वह सिद्धिम समधिगच्छति, सिद्धि को नहीं प्राप्त हो जाता. सिंपली बाय रिनाउंसिंग द वर्ड, इस संसार के त्याग कर देने मात्र से ही कोई व्यक्ति सिद्धि को प्राप्त नहीं हो जाता. सो सेकंड लाइन, व्हाट लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज फोकसिंग, लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज सेइंग that a Sankhya Yogi cannot attain the state of knowledge merely by renouncing the world. Like a kid, if is not given chocolate or not allowed to take chocolate or eat chocolate, then also the mind of that child is hovering around chocolate, continuously thinking about the chocolate. In the similar manner, our senses are, these are newer one in every reincarnation. So their tendency is to go towards material thing, because these are made from this material world. It is made from bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevcha ahankaritiyam me bhinna prakriti rastha. So these are made from 8 material things. So these are the apra prakriti, that means these are from material things. Their natural tendency is to go like water is flowing from higher height to lower height. In the similar manner, our senses are having a tendency to move this. So there is nothing wrong in it. So let them move. But our intellect, our wisdom, their natural tendency is to incline towards God, because we are having a spiritual age far greater than our bodily age, that is our this material world physical age. So let us utilize our intellect and our wisdom to incline towards God. There is no harm in doing or indulging in worldly things, but keeping the wisdom and mind towards God. So it will leave no karmic reaction. One must give up the physical object of the senses, but true knowledge cannot awaken as long as the mind remains impure. So one may renounce the work, but if mind is not pure, then how can you get the result? The mind has a tendency to repeat its previous thought. Since repetition creates a channel within mind and new thoughts flow irresistibly in the same direction out of the previous habits. So here Lord is saying that mind is repeating whatever it has inculcated. So हमारा मन पुनरावृत्ति करता है जो हम करते आए हैं, यदि हमारे मन का झुकाव, मन भी चंचल है, मन इंद्रियों के ज़्यादा करीब है और बुद्धि से दूर है, तो मन की चंचलता अगर इंद्रियों के साथ है तो इंद्रियों के बाहरी चीज़ों से निवारण करने के बाद भी, हमारे जंगल जाने के बाद भी मन लगातार उनमें रस लेता रहता है। तो हमें ऐसे संन्यास से, ऐसे सांख्य योग से कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होता, क्योंकि मन रमा रहता है और वो हमारे में संस्कार का निर्माण करता रहता है। इससे तो बेहतर ये होता कि हम जब किसी चीज़ों का त्याग कर देते हैं, बाहरी वस्तुओं का त्याग कर देते हैं, तो मन और तेज़ी से और ऊर्जा के साथ उनमें रम जाता है कि वे किसी न किसी तरीके से प्राप्त हो जाएं। भोगों से कुछ हद तक ये चीज़ें शांत भी हो सकती हैं और मन की गति तब ऊर्ध्वाकार या बुद्धि की ओर हो सकती है और वो भगवान में लग सकता है, क्योंकि अब मन का उन विषयों से अरुचि हो जाती है, कुछ समय बाद तृप्ति हो जाती है। तो इसलिए कर्मों को तो हमें करना चाहिए, पर सम्यक दृष्टि से, बुद्धि की सहायता से हमें ईश्वर की ओर उन्मुख होते रहना चाहिए। कर्मों को जीवन चलाने के लिए करना चाहिए और ईश्वर को अर्घ्य देने के लिए करना चाहिए। जो हम कर्म करें वो प्रभु को समर्पित कर दें। इस प्रकार से कर्म से विमुक्त नहीं होना है, लेकिन जो कर्म के प्रति हमारा संस्कार बन रहा है, जो अंदर ही अंदर रुचि बन रही है, जो उनके फलों से प्राप्त होने के प्रति हमारी धारणा है, उन सब से मुक्त होना है, कर्म से मुक्त नहीं होना है। तो सांख्य योग में लोगों ने उसका शाब्दिक अर्थ ले लिया था कि जब हम कर्म से ही मुक्त हो जाएंगे तो कर्म से होने वाले संस्कारों से भी मुक्त हो जाएंगे, परंतु ऐसा होता नहीं है। बच्चे को खिलौने से दूर कर देने से भी बच्चे का मन उसी खिलौने में रमा रहता है, क्योंकि हमारे इंद्रियों की जो एक प्राकृतिक चेष्टा है वो सांसारिक वस्तुओं के प्रति है। इस प्रकार से उसका एक सम्यक विकास भी ना हो पाएगा। तो हम जिस शरीर में हैं, जैसी हमारी अवस्था है, उस हिसाब से हमें सांसारिक वस्तुओं का लेन देन और उनका उपयोग करते रहना चाहिए, किंतु अपने मन को अपनी आध्यात्मिक आयु के अनुसार, अपने बुद्धि के अनुसार प्रभु के चरणों में लगाए रखना चाहिए। यही कर्मयोग है। इसको स्वामी जी ने इसी दृष्टि में कहा है और उत्तम भी कहा है। Physical renunciation, it must be accompanied by congruent action. So if we physically renunciate anything, then it should be supported. For those who are Sankhya Yogi, who has renounced this work, for them congruent action of mind and intellect is necessary. It is equally important. If they are doing this, then only their renunciation might be fruitful. Otherwise there is no use of simply renouncing this world. So it is said that devotion without philosophy is sentimentality. Devotion, if we are devoted, but philosophy, we are not seeing, we are devoted to God, but we are not seeing what are the impact of our karma. If a karma yogi is well devoted to God, but not seeing that what the work, day to day work are done, they are properly surrendered to feet of God or not. यदि हमने रोज के कर्मों का ईश्वर के चरणों में अर्घ्य नहीं दिया है, समर्पण नहीं किया है, ये देखना चाहिए. So here it is said that devotion without philosophy is sentimentality, and philosophy without devotion. Simply a Sankhya yogi literally has taken that I have to renounce that world, but has no devotion, nothing to do with any kind of surrender or offer anything. Then in that case also both of things are not fruitful. So every part of our body is important. In both the case only the proportion may vary. Like Karma Yoga and Sankhya Yoga, it is the proportion of philosophy and action may vary. In case of Sankhya Yoga, philosophy is prominent. In case of Karma Yoga, that is the devotion is prominent. So when devotion is more along with little bit of philosophy, जब हमारा भगवान में भक्ति प्रधान होता है और थोड़ा सा उसमें दर्शन भी होता है, दर्शन यानी जो हम कर रहे हैं उसका हमारे ऊपर क्या प्रभाव पड़ रहा है, उसे साधना के साथ व्यवहार कहते हैं कि हमने जो किया है उसका हमारे ऊपर क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा है, तो उसको देखना है। जबकि सांख्य योग में फिलॉसफी बड़ी होती है, डिवोशन निचले स्तर पर होता है, वो आत्मा के प्रकृति के हिसाब से सोचता है कि हमें काम करना है। सो बोथ द थिंग्स आर इन्वॉल्व इन बोथ काइंड ऑफ मेडिटेशन। वर्स 3.05 न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिर्जैर्गुणे। न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि न हि कश्चित् क्षणम अपि, न हि कश्चित्, कश्चित् मीन्स एनी क्षणम, एनी अ मोमेंट, अपि that is even, जातु तिष्ठति अकर्मकृत, we cannot ever sit without a work. So nahi kaschit kshanam api, we can sit without a work, because our body organs, our heart beats, our mind runs, and there are lot of activities. This body itself is a factory. So there are millions of activities going on in this. The biochemical reactions are going on. तन्हा किसी को बज़्म में समझो न तुम अमीर, सब अपने अपने साथ हैं लश्कर लिए हुए. In our body lots of bacteria are proliferating, so it is not our single body. Many chemical reactions and the tiny organisms are within our body. So anybody, if it is thinking that by simply renunciating the work I am renunciating it completely, then it is not possible. Then also the body work are going on. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karmakrat कार्यवते कार्यते हि अवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिर्जैर् गुणे. कार्यते हि अवशः कर्म, so all the works कार्यते हि अवशः, that is helplessly, all the work are performed by us because these are prakritirjay. Jay means it is born from material nature and gunah by the qualities. So we are made by satogun, ramogun, rajogun and tamogun. So by these three qualities which are from material world, from nature, so these are extracted from material world and it is within us. So we cannot sit simply and we cannot renunciate the work completely because internal work are going on. So in this the literal meaning has been said by Lord Krishna, no one even remain for a moment without doing work. Even sitting is a work, laying down is a work, everything it is a kind of work. So for all the made to work under compulsion of gunas, so Lord has given us gunas, satogun, rajogun and tamogun. So we are not here simply, we are not allowed to sit here simply because we are in a main stream which is endlessly and eternally flows, such kind of stream of river. So we are in that stream. We may keep ourselves checked or stopped for a certain moment of time, for a while only, but the eternal speed and energy of the stream will ultimately make us to direct towards the flow only. So this is the evolution, the concept of evolution, and this school is run by the master of evolution, that is God. So master cannot allow a student to get stagnated or remain at certain point or in a class for many of the years. For in fourth standard, if a boy want to enjoy for many years, then not allowed. सो ए परपिचुअल पुश इज गिवन टू दैट बॉय, अदृश्य शक्ति हमको धकियाए लिए चली जा रही है और अंततः वो हमको इस धारा में अधिक देर तक कहीं भी रुकने न देगी और हमको आगे बढ़ाती चली जाएगी। हम कर्म को से अधिक देर तक विराम नहीं ले सकते, हमको जो विकास की अनवरत धारा है वो आगे बढ़ा ले जाएगी, उसकी अनंत ऊर्जा हमें रुकने न देगी। सो नोबडी कैन sit or stand or leave the work forever, because our three guna हैं, three gunas are सतोगुण, रजोगुण और तमोगुण, they compel us to perform the work. Some people think that action refers only to professional work. Some are thinking that professional work means external work, what we do for society, for earning. They only count these works only as a work and not the daily activities like eating, drinking, sleeping, walking, thinking. They do not consider it as a work. So when they renounce their profession, they think that they are not performing any actions. But Sri Krishna considers all activities performed within the body, mind, tongue as actions. Hence he tells Arjun that complete inactivity is impossible. For that only this verse is made. Sri Krishna declares that for human being, inactivity is an impossible state to reach, since the body, mind, intellect mechanism is compelled by its own generic make-up of three gunas, that is Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. So they keep on compelling us to do work, because the similar is infested in this nature, and whatever is more inside us, if Satogun is more, then we are influenced by it. If Rajogun is more, then we are influenced by that. Verse 3.06. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य यास्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियार्थान् विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य, that these are the karmendriya, our four limbs, our hind limbs and tongue, these are the karmendriya. So karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran, like a turtle or tortoise, we keep our all the body parts inside, but from mind we keep on thinking about it. अगर हम कछुए की भांति कर्मों को तो नहीं करते, अपने सभी अंगों को अंदर कर लेते हैं, लेकिन मन से उनमें विचरण करते हैं. सो सच ए पर्सन इज हिपोक्राइट, द पर्सन हु फ्रॉम माइंड कीप्स ऑन रिमाइंडिंग दिस. हाउएवर द एक्सटर्नल प्रोफेशनल वर्क इज ओनली सिंपली renounced, but from mind he is remembering and revising those. So karmendriyani sanyamya yaste manasa smaran इंद्रियार्थान विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते. इंद्रियार्थान, that is the object of senses. So our senses, they have their own needs, their own. हमारी इंद्रियों के भी आहार हैं. यदि हम अपनी इंद्रियों के आहार में, उनके अर्थों में विचरते रहते हैं, तो ऐसे व्यक्ति को that is मिथ्याचारी, hypocrite. Such person is called hypocrite, who though externally renounce the work, but from mind continues to take the interest in that. That person is said to be hypocrite. The literal meaning is that one who after withdrawing the organs of action sits mentally recollecting the object of senses. So mentally recollecting, we mentally recollect how the beautiful that dish was, so what the beautiful scene was, how the melodious song was. Though we have renounced these all by going to jungle, but still we are remembering those. In our earlier age, childhood, I have seen this and it was very beautiful and exotic. So in this manner, if we keep on remembering those, so if that person sits mentally recollecting the object of senses, that is a deluded man and is called a hypocrite. उसे मिथ्याचारी कहते हैं, जो मन से उनमें रमा रहता है लेकिन बाहर से चीज़ों का त्याग कर देता है। इस प्रकार से ये जो हमारा विकास है ये एक तरीके से स्वस्थ विकास नहीं है। जैसे बच्चे को गेम पीरियड दिया जाता है स्कूल में, ज़्यादा गेम पीरियड, तो जैसी हमारी इंद्रियां होती हैं उसके हिसाब से हमको स्कूल में भी सहजता से विकास किया जाता है। अगर हम उसे घर में चुपचाप बैठा दें तो ना उसके शरीर का विकास हो पाएगा ना मन का। तो इस तरीके से जो जैसी इंद्रिय की अवस्था है उम्र के अनुसार, आयु के अनुसार वैसे वैसे उसको विचरने देना चाहिए। लेकिन जो हमारी आध्यात्मिक आयु है उसको प्रभु में लगाना चाहिए। वो हमको बाहरी कर्मों से होने वाले प्रभावों से स्वतः ही निरस्त कर देगी। जबकि कर्म के त्याग मात्र से ये कर्मों के संस्कार के बनने की बात सोचना बेमानी है और उससे हम निरस्त नहीं हो पाएंगे। तो उससे पार पाने का तरीका है प्रभु के चरणों में खुद को लगा देना और सभी कर्मों को करते रहना। नाउ आवर सिस्टर उमा शुक्ला विल रिसाइट ए भजन फॉर अस।
दीन दयालु कृपालु प्रभु भव बंद छुड़ाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु कृपालु प्रभु भव बंद छुड़ाने वाले हो। भवसागर में मेरी नाव पड़ी तुम पार लगाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु तब कृपा विलोकन से प्रभुवर मम कष्ट हजारों दूर हुए। तब कृपा विलोकन से प्रभुवर मम कष्ट हजारों दूर हुए। मैं पापी पतित तुम दर्द तारन, मैं पापी पतित तुम तरन तारन, दीन बंधु कहाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु कृपालु प्रभु भव बंध छुड़ाने वाले हो। भव सागर में मेरी नाव पड़ी तुम पार लगाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु मैं दीन भिखारन मांग रही, मैं दीन भिखारन मांग रही तेरे प्रेम की मोह को भीख मिले। मैं दीन भिखारन मांग रही तेरे प्रेम की मोह को भीख मिले। मैं याचक हूँ तेरे दर की, मैं याचक हूँ तेरे दर की, तुम साह कहाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु कृपालु प्रभु भव बंध छुड़ाने वाले हो। भव सागर में मेरी नाव पड़ी तुम पार लगाने वाले हो हे। दीन दयालु मेरी यही है मेरे प्रभु जी, तेरा मैं पूजा करूं तब पद पंकज, मैं पूजा करूं तब पद पंकज, तुम भाव बढ़ाने वाले हो। मैं पूजा करूं तब पद पंकज, तुम भाव बढ़ाने वाले हो। हे दीन दयालु कृपालु प्रभु, भव बंध छुड़ाने वाले हो। भव सागर मेरी नाव पड़ी, तुम पार लगाने वाले हो। हे दीन दया श्री राम।
श्री राम। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुर्भाग् भवेत्। न तोऽहं कामये राज्यं, न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं, कामये दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनाम् आर्तनाशनं। त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, न तुमदिष्टं पाहि मां, रक्ष मां। तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो माँ, हम सब तेरी शरण में, अपने चरणों की भक्ति हो। श्री राम।
राम राम शिव कुमार, बहुत बहुत प्यार आशीर्वाद। आज की वाणी में बहुत अच्छा लगा कि अदृश्य शक्ति हमें आगे बढ़ाती ले जाएगी, रोकेगी नहीं। तो हम जहाँ भी जैसी स्थिति में हैं, अपने स्वधर्म का पालन करते